Pisces, this is your week ahead tarot card reading by Born Without Boundaries Tarot. It's a message for Pisces, sun, moon, and rising sign. And this is an energy reading. So please take it where and how it resonates in your life. This is your message. And if you're not a Pisces and this has showed up in your feed, well, it's definitely your message, because it would only show up if you called it into you. It always shows up at just the right time. And this is where your message begins. You're moving on. You're moving on from a struggle. You're moving on from a problem. You've discovered the solution to it, or you're actually moving, in which case it would still be about figuring something out. It would still be about figuring out an issue, right? So it's the Six of Swords is linked to all of these thoughts now coming into order to help you, direct you into the correct direction. It's interesting because swords in a boat would normally sink the boat, right? Put holes in the boat. But this is showing that no, you've used the problems, you've used the struggles, you've discovered the issues, and you've found solutions through them and because of them. So this is a time of, like, not just an aha moment, but of relief as well, because whatever has been plaguing you or disrupting your life, you now have figured out a solutions to, and it's from those things that you found the solutions themselves. So this is a beautiful sense of moving on or moving forward. Okay, we also have there could be love involved. There could be an offer of love, or this is just an offer of just gracious, like something that's very gracious, something that's very generous. And you could be moving toward whatever it is that's very generous, or moving because of it. So there's something coming into your life, some offer or demonstration of generosity, at the very least, could be love, that is making you decide, oh, I'm going to move. You could be moving in with somebody because you're about to get married to them. You could be moving in because there's a bigger relationship involved. You could be traveling because you care about somebody, because you want to see them again. Okay, all of this, you could be traveling toward somebody who is independent. It could represent your independence. You're traveling toward a sense of feeling really good about yourself. You're traveling for work. There's a huge generous offer. It's like, this is the credit where credit is due card, the stand in your power card, right? This sense of like being finally credited for who you are and what you're capable of. And given the resources, right? This could be a payday for you. This could be a job offer. This could be, yes, traveling because you've met somebody that really actually finally appreciates you. All of these things. And then we have the Four of Pentacles. So somebody wants to have to hold. Somebody wants to hold on to something. Somebody knows the value. Somebody, it could be a little bit defensive right now also, though, because they are carrying great burdens or struggle. But there is this energy of, it's almost like you know that you're getting into a situation that's going to require you to take on a lot more responsibility. At the same time, it does seem like you're headed toward it. If this is job or work, this makes sense to me. If this is relationship, this throws up a red flag for me. But ultimately, there's this essence of traveling toward this new opportunity. You might be, this might just represent that you're a little hesitant or afraid, you know, the sense of maybe there's a lot of baggage that you have with this situation, or you bring a lot of baggage toward it, or somebody is. So ultimately, is there work to be done? Yes, but it does seem like you have the confidence now where you're being told, just go toward the situation and work it out. But let's see, or that there is going to be a solution to the situation. Somebody that you're headed toward could have financial burdens, like burdens that there's just a lot on them, right? There's just a lot there. Struggle, burdens, could be financial. You could be in some ways somebody could be helping with the financial stress. Somebody could be helping you to deal with these burdens that you've had on your back, especially if this is a new job or a new money coming in. Let's clarify the Ten of Wands. I apologize for that beeping in the back. It's This sensor in my home that keeps doing it. Okay, so the reason why you have so much struggle on your back, this is sort of revelation. The reason why there's so much struggle on your back is because you're carrying too much, because somebody is tricking you and not carrying enough. Or there has been, in some ways, distraction, and the distraction has put on extra weight because of, no, somebody like undermining you, somebody like stealing where you're not looking, somebody not pulling their weight. So you might want to be aware of that. That the burden is that if you feel like, you know, if you feel like you're being asked to do too much, or too much has fallen on your shoulders, it's because this is acknowledging like there's somebody here not pulling their weight. That was the clarification of the 10 of Wands. 9 of Wands, in the past you had been a little bit defensive about this, or you'd been wary about this energy. You'd been that's 9 of Wands. You've been defensive against it, or, you know, you'd been wary of it. It seems like somebody slipped through the cracks. Something slipped through the cracks. Excuse me. Yeah, it seems like something slipped through the cracks there. Okay, so, all right. Maybe this is what you got the freedom from, right? This sense of, being used. And then we have clarity here. This could be somebody that you're dealing with. This could be Gemini, Libra, Aquarius. This would be somebody that's definitely mature and makes a decision. Sometimes it's clarity, this sense of, or a decision maker. So some sort of decision has been made, or being finally ready to make a decision. Definitely gaining clarity. Because through objectivity and intellect. Okay. Yeah, I feel like this is why you're moving on. This seems like a reason to move on, that there has been some sort of decision or clarity. If this is a judge, if this is a decision outside of you, a decision maker outside of you, this has clarified things. This has relieved you of the burdens, or at least relieved you of needing to constantly wonder what's happening. Now you know what's happening, and you could just address it and figure it out. Okay. I respect that. Respect that, appreciate that. Great. We have a Queen of Cups here too. This is Cancer, Scorpio, Pisces. This is somebody, this could be you. Very loving, very, I'm putting my whole self in, unconditional love, unconditional support. These two together are also saying that your mind and your heart are in the same direction now. They're working together. They're not fighting each other. It's almost like it's clear now where the right place to put your energies, your affections, your enthusiasm is. This is about growing up and becoming mature. It's that your head is in the right space. You made a decision about what to love and who to offer your love to. And it doesn't just have to be romantic love. It's about, since this is water energy, it's about made a decision about where to put your energy. Like where, but it's an intellectual decision about where to put your intuitive energy, or your water energy, or your talents and your skills. So that's great, right? It's instead of just letting intellect slide, using it. And then we have, don't let your past hold you back. You're not obligated to keep making the same decisions that you have been making, because nothing is yet set in stone. So okay, wow. It feels like you're traveling here, right? It feels like you've been led up to this moment where, yeah, get on the road, get the show on the road, travel. Don't let this hold you back. Don't let, what is this past? What is this past that we're not letting us hold? What, clarify. Even just the way that you see yourself. Maybe this is a place where you've lived a long time, or and a former relationship, or a job in some way. We have Queen of Wands. This is creative freedom. This is the courage to go after and go in the direction of your own inclinations and your own ideas and your own thoughts. You could be traveling to, because there's just confidence back inside of you. So like, This could also be, I asked what the past was, right? It could be a Queen of Wands. It could be, doesn't have to be male or female, but this would be somebody who is very attractive. This would be somebody from your past. This would be somebody who's very attractive, who's very charismatic, who's very strong in their methodology, in their determination. They're maybe entrepreneurial. They're just very attractive. It's almost like it's saying you're moving away from that. So this is the past that you're not letting hold you back. So I don't know if you had a past with a fire sign, Leo, Sagittarius, Aries, but it's almost like saying you're finally able to move on from that. And you found the confidence to be able to move on from that. And nothing is yet set in stone. So let's clarify that a little bit. Let's clarify that. Nothing is yet set in stone. Let's clarify that. Let's clarify that. What are we talking about? Death, Scorpio energy. Maybe that's the Scorpio you're dealing with, or something that you're headed toward. I just saw 1111. Or simply that you are not set in stone. Don't let your past hold you back. You are not set in stone, right? These two cards are activated together. This sense of you're transforming. You have the ability to transform. You have the ability to be more. So this could be a metamorphic time in your life. It's also the card simply saying change. If something isn't working out or hasn't worked out, allow yourself to change, or that a change is happening that is transformative in nature, because you're allowing yourself to come out of the same old stuff that you've been doing, the same old situation, relationship, stuckness. Like, you're allowing yourself to broaden and to become more and to see other sides of yourself that maybe you haven't paid attention to. So your life is really opening itself up right now. Okay. It's opening yourself up right now. Let's get back into the cards. Where are we headed? That's a good question for Pisces, right? Where are we headed? And then the Seven of Swords is in the back. It's in the past. You're headed away from the betrayal. You're headed away from the deception. You're headed away from being drained. It's like you've learned your lesson to guard yourself against something that has drained you, or that was just wearing on you and taking from you, and not really giving anything to you. You're headed away from a circumstance, and you might be even getting things back. You might be even getting things back with the Seven of Swords in reverse. It's like, well, you'll never do that again. So you're headed away from that. So where are we headed? Maybe headed home, maybe headed toward a more genuine state of being, state of self, something that you've always connected with or loved or cared about, maybe from your childhood. Maybe you're headed back home, not to head back toward the past, but you're headed, maybe home isn't a place, right? Maybe you're just headed back toward people who really care about you, something that is really cared about, something that you really care about. You could be headed back toward a person, right? Or they're headed back toward you. Like, or no, I think it's you though. Headed back toward somebody that you're fond of, that you think of. Whatever it is, the Six of Cups represents a more sincere place in your life where it was the joy and the pleasure was innocent and pure. You know, so it's a lot more relevant to yourself, your who you are, your authenticity, because it's simple and it's innocent. You're headed back towards something that's more innocent. Now this could be somebody that you've loved in the past. This could be just somebody that you've known in the past that there's a connection with, right? But it's simpler and it's more authentic. That's where you're headed toward, okay? You could simply be returning home, right? Going back to like where you live, where you're from, something like that. And then we have Libra energy, and Libra energy is things are balancing out. This could have something to do with partnership, because we do have these two things, like an equal partnership, a happy, healthy partnership, a partnership where things will be balanced, or this choice that you're making to head toward where you feel more authentic, or people that are more authentic with you. it's balancing you out. So there's something here that is equalizing in your life and getting you to a place of more stability. This could be some sort of judgment that you're working with too, especially if this has to do with children, right? That could be interesting. We're going to get an angel message for you guys. There was a crash. This is associated with a tower moment that happened in the past. So something that just made everything collapse and fall apart. It seems now that there's stabilization with regards to this situation, or that there is somebody's making up for something, right? The deception is being reconciled or resolved. Yeah, there was something very fortunate or beautiful that happened not too long ago. And so it's almost like now the wheel's coming full circle. There's a beautiful essence of things are smoothing out, things are reconciling. Maybe you can finally go back because things are now safe and things have been resolved. So you're headed toward resolution as well as maybe some restoration. Okay, let's get an angel message for you. Control issues. Give it up to God. Utilize your God-given strength and power instead of fearing that others may try to control you. So in other words, your focus right now has got, this is the angel message. So this is the universe saying where your focus needs to be. Your focus needs to be not on the past or who might try to control you or hurt, just what you can do, your capabilities. Think of your capabilities, think of your capacity, show it, do it, live in it, live in that moment. You can handle this situation is what the universe is coming through to tell you. Don't worry about other people and what they might try to do. It's like you've evolved beyond their control of you. And then we have spiritual protection. You are being watched over and protected physically, emotionally, and energetically. I just got this message. If you're going back toward like an ex or an ex situation, you're going back for clarity. You're going back and you should go back, because going back is going to clarify a lot of stuff that was going on and resolve it. And I think ultimately it's going to make you feel good about leaving. But if there's something here that you still need to like patch up and resolve for yourself, and that's okay. But ultimately what it's going to be is sort of the key that unlocks you just being able to finally break away and be free. Because of, and you're protected in doing this. Let's continue the conversation in the extended.